Now this is one of my favorite areas. This is known as a small-scale Dutch landscape, characterized by small, patchy forests and lots of pastures around it. And this is an ideal place for badgers. This is true badger land, as badgers can hide in these small forests and feed on the land around it. And in this small forest, you can find one of the largest badger sets in the country with over 25 entrance holes. And badgers easily reveal their presence over here. And one of the signs that badgers are active here is the presence of latrines, such as this one over here. This small pit is dug by badgers, marking their territory and also providing a small toilet where the badgers can drop their feces and urinate. So even though you can hear cars in the background, this place is one of my favorite areas to look for wildlife in summer. And I hope to return here in May or June and document some badger behavior. And these badgers are everywhere. You can see latrines everywhere. And also a lot of entrance holes. That's a big one over there, very close to a pasture. And if you look closely, over there in the back, behind those birch trees, is another one. Badgers are everywhere in this place. Fantastic. And you can follow this badger trail. And you see latrines, you see digging marks. Here's another latrine. And that's where one of the badgers has dug a beautiful entrance hole. Now, in the Netherlands, the badger is a heavily protected animal, which is a good thing. The only problem is that in most places you're not allowed to actually observe badgers, to go off the trail and to sit close to a badger set and enjoy these beautiful animals. Now, if I were allowed to sit behind that tree with the wind in my face, I would not disturb the badgers and I would have a perfect view of this set and observe this beautiful badger family. If people could see these badgers in the evening, see how beautiful they are, how they take care of each other, how complex their social relationships are, they would have more respect for the badger, more love for the badger and other animals. And perhaps they would have more appreciation for nature protection laws. I think people are so disconnected from nature that they don't understand why we need to protect nature and why you shouldn't litter and shouldn't disturb nature, why we should protect it. Now, disturbing nature is not the same as sitting behind that tree over there and carefully observing the badgers. That's not disturbance. If you sit still, if you are silent, if you face the wind so the badgers don't smell you, that is being respectful to nature and being connected to nature in a responsible manner. Now here you can see this badger trail. So this is one of the exit routes for the badgers. And that's where they go, among other places. Pastures and open areas where the badgers can easily find earthworms, which is their staple diet. That's where the badger set is seen from the other side. And the trail is over here. So 2 yards from the trail and you may be able to observe them. So I should talk to some people. Maybe I can get an exemption. I was fortunate to obtain access to an amazing badger set located in the middle of a nature preserve. Sadly, due to my health issues, I was unable to visit this set. Instead, I went to one of my local badger sets. This was a great first evening of badger watching. It's now the end of April, and I just saw a badger, an adult, emerge from the set at 10 before 9, so 8:50 p.m. And that's pretty early for this time of year, so that's pretty good. Unfortunately, it emerged from the wrong side of the set, so it quickly went away from me, so I couldn't really capture it. I only had 2 seconds and it was gone. Still, this is a nice first evening. I know that these badgers emerge pretty early at this set, so the first night is always very important. And my Sony A7S II is doing very well. I bought this camera secondhand from a Dutch eBay-like website, $500, 500 euros. And it can shoot very nice images at ISO 12800 with a very fast lens, an old Nikkor prime. So it's now past sunset and I can still film pretty well. Even my Pocket 3 is doing pretty well. So that means that I can film the badgers and photograph them well after sunset. So that's quite amazing. I'm now going to leave. The badgers have left. They have gone foraging. I didn't see any cubs yet, but maybe the cubs will emerge maybe a week from now. Maybe it's still a bit too early. So I'm leaving now, and I think I'll try again the first week of May. So, always exciting. Badger watching. See you. Now this is the agonizing part when doing badger watching. Will they or won't they? Will they emerge tonight? Let's wait and see. It's now 8 o'clock, so hopefully they will emerge within the hour. Unfortunately, I was unable to get a good shot of the badgers. I only saw one badger emerge, and it was too quick for me to capture it. I did find a carcass of a young badger close to the set. A blue tit indifferently collected the badger's fur, probably for nesting material. Nothing in nature goes to waste. So I'm now at the badger set during the day. It's early in the morning. There you can see a beautiful entrance hole made by one of the badgers. And I've been spending 2 nights here, no 3 nights. And on 2 occasions a badger came out. And so the badger immediately left the set. And it didn't stop to play, to scratch, to interact with other badgers or to dig. And due to my health issues, I cannot sit here on many evenings because I need my sleep. So I've decided to put up a trail cam. I've mounted a trail cam close to one of the entrance holes, and hopefully I can get some color footage using this trail cam of the badgers. There are 2 adult badgers here. I don't think they have young this year, so no cubs, and that is most likely why I don't see a lot of activity. Usually when there's a family, a badger family, you can see them all interact for maybe 15-20 minutes before they leave and venture into the forest individually. But now we have 2 adult badgers which just feed individually and they don't really interact. So they just exit the set around 9 p.m. and then they just leave. So you have to spend 3 hours here waiting for the badgers to come, and then you only have 2 seconds to see them, so that's not great. Plus a trail cam is less intrusive than an actual physical person being here. So I'm going to leave now. I've been here for a couple of minutes. I'm going to leave the badger so they can sleep. And hopefully tonight when they get out, I can capture them on the trail cam. It's not as exciting as being there live, but I'll take it. It's just amazing how many birds you can see if you just stand still for 10 minutes and look around. Even if you don't wear any camo, if you stand still, if you're quiet, all these birds come close to you. I just saw a great spotted woodpecker, and some small songbirds. And they're all capturing insects, of course. It's now almost summer, so the birds need a lot of food for their offspring and themselves. And all those insects are a beautiful, fantastic protein source. So in the winter, a lot of birds, they rely on nuts and seeds, berries. But now in summer, they need a lot of protein in the form of insects. I also saw a kingfisher manage to get a nice close-up before it left. And it's getting harder to spot the kingfishers because everything is so lush right now. And I'm just out here in the open. And if you have a telephoto lens, well, that's all you need to do some birding. Beautiful. It wasn't long before the trail cam captured its first images. As always, I captured a fox, which inhabits this set. I also captured the occasional visitor, such as this great spotted woodpecker. Not long after, I recorded one of the two badgers around the set. Even though it was summertime, the badgers emerged quite late. They spent a lot of time maintaining their set with lots of digging. And more digging. And some more digging. It's always fascinating to see how badgers remove dirt from their tunnels using their strong legs. They always work backwards. It's a dirty job, but someone's gotta take care of it. During the first half of July, the set was very quiet. I captured several birds on the trail cam, such as these hawfinches. And this amazing buzzard, which had just captured prey. The second half of July was marked by a lot of thunderstorms. The heavy rains caused several entrance holes of the set to cave in. The badgers were hard at work repairing all the damage. It was interesting to see them working together. I'm still not certain whether these are a male and a female, as they did not produce any offspring this year. So even though my trail cam captured a lot of interesting footage at one badger set, I also wanted to visit another set, the largest that we have in the area with about 25 entrance holes. But man, is the forest thick. I could not get there. There are new trees, there are stinging nettles, it's brambles, you just can't get through it. So I took my drone and I flew over the badger set, something that I've never done before. Not so low because it disturbs the badgers. So I went out here in the middle of the day and I quickly flew my drone over the set. The set is very active, I could see some nesting material, but I just could not visit that set anymore. It's just too thick, and we have several sets in this area, but everything is just overgrown. It's now almost August, so the forest has reached its apogee, its peak of lushness. And only in September will the foliage start to diminish. So late July, early August is the worst time to visit badger sets. But I just flew my drone over it for a couple of minutes, not too long, because it will disturb the badgers. And it's fascinating to see how active that set is. I wanted to place a trail cam over there, but I just can't reach it unless I like to dig out about 10 ticks tonight from my skin. So that's not what I'm going to do. So I'm just going to leave the badgers alone. I'm going to be happy with one badger set that has a trail cam on it. I captured a lot of digging activity as you just saw, so it's already been a great season. Would have been nice to see the badgers live more properly, but hey, you can't ask for everything. I mean, my health is slowly improving again, thanks to lots of vitamin D. And I can go out here for an hour at a time, so that's already perhaps more than I can ask for. So I'm happy, I'm good. I had plenty reason to be happy as the trail cam kept recording great footage. This beautiful doe made an appearance in the afternoon. I was also very happy to record color footage of the badgers playing around the set during dusk. Then one badger climbed onto the other, which could be a mating attempt. The other badger was more interested in maintaining the set, however. How I would have loved to share this moment with the badgers. Next to mating behavior, I also recorded one badger scratching a nearby tree. This is a common activity among badgers. They may do this to scent mark their territory or to maintain their nails. You can see how important these are for proper digging. After spending some time around the set, it was time for the badgers to start foraging. They always follow a limited number of trails leading away from the set. So it's been a month since I've been here. I've been on holiday. And I can see that the trail cam is still there, so I'm happy that no one took it. And I can see already that a lot has happened at the badger set. Some pipes that caved in due to the rain have already been reopened. I can see the trail cam still hanging there, so I'm really looking forward to downloading almost a month worth of images. So let's have a look. So last time this entrance hole had caved in. Due to the rain and partially due to myself, I have to admit. Now have a look. Have a look at this entrance hole. See how big it is. And you can see some nesting material right in front of the entrance hole. So that means that badgers are sleeping here. That means that they have changed their bedding and they chose this entrance hole to sleep in. I'm not really sure why the badgers keep rotating, amongst the set. I mean, there's only 2 badgers here and they've got 5, 6, 7 entrance holes. So why they keep rotating, I'm not really sure. Is it to stay clean? Is it to allow mites and ticks and other pests to run out of the set, of that part of the set? I don't know. Is it to escape the trail cam? Not really, because I can already see that there's a lot of nesting material in front of the trail cam. So I'm not really sure why they keep rotating if there's only 2 badgers here. I mean, there's also a fox here, but still, that leaves 3 animals across 7 entrance holes. There must be some reason why they do this. So that's the entrance hole that has been reopened. I mean, have a look how broad that is. My hands are pretty big, but you can see you could easily fit 2 badgers simultaneously in there. Now this one caved in due to the rain, but that also seems to have been reopened a little bit. And you can see the spoil heap over here, which is the dirt that has been removed by the badgers, that has been excavated. Now here we have the typical ventilation hole. This is very stable, so they keep opening up this hole, it seems. Now this pipe caved in, and I'm so happy because of all this nesting material here. So this nesting material here means that I've captured some badgers on the trail cam moving around this material, and I've never seen this before on my trail cam footage. And it's always nice to have new type of behavior on your trail cam, such as mating behavior or digging or nesting. And let's see what happened here. Wow, look at what the storms did. That pipe caved in, that entrance hole caved in. I can hear a kingfisher. Okay, and that's a new entrance hole over there. So sometimes they reopen old pipes, old entrance holes, and sometimes they simply dig new ones. Now this is the center of activity for this badger set right here, right now. Now this has been excavated the last couple of nights, maybe last night. And look at all these prints. Look at all these beautiful prints. I think they are badger prints, but the rain has washed some of the details away. But you can still see that these are nice prints. Beautiful. Oh, and have a look. There's also a new entrance hole over here. You can see how dynamic a badger set is. I mean, a year ago, all the entrance holes were over there, and that's been completely overgrown by plants. So you see how these badgers constantly move around. And I'm not really sure if that's because of the trail cam, because of me disturbing the badgers, or because of the inherent nature of badgers, that they keep moving around or expanding. And there's also a new entrance hole over here. So these badgers, they're keeping very busy. So let's have a look. So over there is the nesting material. I hope you can see it. And I just inspected the trail cam, and indeed I saw a badger moving around this bedding, which is mostly moss. It's all moss and some pine needles in between. And the badger was moving this moss this way, until it reached that entrance hole over there. And I think the badger thought it was open, but it caved in due to the rain. So when it arrived, it seemed to be surprised. It seemed to be thinking, hey, this is one of my entrance holes. I should put my bedding in there. But it was closed. So the badger was confused for a moment, and then it let go of the nesting material. And as you can tell, it didn't use it again. So I guess it found another hole, the hole that I showed you a few minutes earlier. That also has nesting material over there. So I guess the badger took some new material and put it in one of the entrance holes over there. It decided to not take this moss all the way to the other part of the set, so the front part of the set. So it's just interesting to see this quirky behavior by badgers. Such fascinating creatures. Here is the same badger moving a new batch of moss into another part of the set. It's hard work being a badger. As August progressed, the set welcomed several new arrivals. 2 raccoon dogs. These rare and exotic mammals are sometimes seen around sets, as they like to make use of this free real estate. Unfortunately for them, this property was already occupied. One raccoon dog was swiftly chased away, most likely by a grumpy badger. A badger's sharp claw will send any invader on their way, including this yelping canine. It will be some time before the raccoon dogs make that mistake again. The trail cam is back at the back end of the set. When the badgers were showing their mating behavior, or what might have been mating behavior, they were walking over there into the forest. And there seems to be a lot of activity at the back end of the set, as you can tell. So I'm going to leave the trail cam here for another 2 weeks and see if we can document some more badger behavior. And the kingfishers are flying all around me. Kingfishers everywhere. I just got crapped on by a bird. It might have been a kingfisher. Well, it's a new dawn, a new day. It's almost September, so it's time to check out the trail cam. And boy, there's been a lot of activity yet again. Look at this beautiful hole. In my previous videos, I explained to you about the differences in terms of the shapes and sizes of holes, of burrows, of entrances. And this is a typical foxhole. It's very round, it's quite tall. It's not very broad like a badger's. So this is an old badger tunnel that has been repurposed, most likely by a fox. So let's check out the trail cam and see if this is true. I could always use some more fox footage. There's some red cornel over here. that provides quite a lot of shade, so that means that it's difficult to get color footage of the badgers and the foxes, as the trail cam will quickly switch to its infrared mode. But still, black and white footage is also interesting. And boy, there's been a lot of digging. Oh, man, look at how deep that goes. And look at the beautiful spoil heap running into the forest. And even though it's August, it's not even September, the forest is already getting its autumn colors. And in one way it's beautiful. I mean, I love autumn colors. Usually it takes until mid-October before you see this. But the reason why we have this false fall, this early fall, is because of the drought. Europe has been hit by a lot of drought, a lot of forest fires. And when the trees experience drought, when they are stressed by drought, they drop their leaves. So the leaves become senescent. The tree programs its leaves to die and the leaves fall off. And the trees do this to conserve water, because trees evaporate a lot of water through their leaves. And by dropping their leaves, these trees can conserve water. That's how trees in the forest can survive a period of drought. But of course, without leaves, you cannot grow. Photosynthesis is required for tree growth, right? The conversion of sun energy, sunlight, into chemical energy. Glucose, sugars, all sorts of compounds. But the trees choose to survive rather than grow. So by dropping your leaves 6 weeks early, you may have a shorter growth season, but at least you can survive the drought. Because without leaves, you don't evaporate that much water. But it really shows you that nature is experiencing a lot of stress. Climate change, these increasingly hotter and drier summers, they do stress the forest a lot. So that's not a great thing, that's not a good thing. But I can see the leaves everywhere. I mean, the badger set looks like it's October rather than the end of August. So that's not a good thing. Now, this is always such a great moment. I always feel like a kid in a candy store. What will the trail cam have in store for me today? Oh, amazing. 39 clips. I've never had so many clips. Badgers. Badgers, and lots more. Amazing. I was very happy to see this pair of polecats playing around the badger set. These elusive mammals are rarely seen during the day. Similar to other mustelids, polecats exhibit playful behavior. In the meantime, the badgers kept hard at work maintaining the set. One of them got overzealous and started dumping dirt into one of the lower entrance holes. Oops. Apparently, I was wrong about the raccoon dogs. One of them entered the badger set for a second time and was again swiftly chased away. I guess they will never learn. With autumn looming on the horizon, it is possible that these animals are looking for a place to stay during the winter. Even though I did not get to spend much time with the badgers, I am happy with all the footage my trail cam provided. Badgers live so close to us humans, and yet their daily lives remain shrouded in obscurity. Trail cams remove that shroud and reveal the complex behavior of these social animals. Well, I hope you enjoyed this extra long episode about badgers, and if you have any questions about these fantastic mammals, please let me know in the comments down below. Thank you for watching this episode. Please consider subscribing, and I hope to see you next time.